What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece duel video, and this time we have another OP04 testing video with myself piloting the Queen deck on the right, my friend piloting the Rebecca deck on the left. If you haven't noticed, I've been playing a lot of Queen. It's one of my favorite decks out of the new set, and I think it's poised to be a very powerful contender in the meta. The biggest downfall of the deck is that the Zoro deck is going to be switching from, in my opinion, it should be at least switching from a event heavy deck into the more low cost Straw Hat variant of the strategy. And that is a very good matchup for Zoro into Queen. The event heavy Zoro deck is actually a decent matchup for Queen. It doesn't lose as hard as it does against the low cost Straw Hat version. But we'll wait to see how the meta plays out and what people are playing to make any sort of that determination. But turning your attention back to the case at hand, as I would say in court, the strategy with Queen into Rebecca, I'd advise everyone to go watch Will to Win Gaming's video on Queen and how he plays the Queen matchup. That's essentially what I'm doing here. The strategy goes as follows. Do nothing until they summon Luffy, and then Katakuri the Luffy, and then they can never return any cards from their graveyard to their deck, and you win by deck out. That's the entire strategy. It's not very complicated. You just mulligan for Pound and Katakuri, Pound to address the Kairos, Katakuri to address the Luffy, and hopefully you'll deck them out by the end of it. Because they're constantly milling decks, without Luffy they can't put anything back into their deck, and they usually lose. So as you see, I've been passing constantly, just addressing board, playing blockers, waiting for that Luffy to come down. My opponent will play Rebecca Searcher, mill 2 more. He's probably thinking about sticking a Luffy right now. He doesn't have the Coliseum, so he can't swing with it. He plays a Luffy. I'll go ahead and immediately Katakuri it before he can refresh it and get some more cards in his deck. He'll play the Coliseum right after he summons the Luffy, so that's tough. Obviously top decked it. He'll go 5 at life. I'll take it. Five at life, I think. Could be 6. I'll take it. Hit a Brûlé blocker. And pass turn. I'll go 6 into the Leo, playing around the Sabo, 8 into the Rebecca, and then I'll play Yamato. I'll be able to pop a 8 or less, so I popped the Sabo. Sabo was summoned 2 turns ago, so his effect is not live. My opponent plays a Rebecca and then plays an Orlumbus, also uses leader effect, and uses Orlumbus to -4 the Yamato, killing the Rebecca, and then Thousand Worldsing the Yamato to the bottom of the deck. I'll go ahead and summon Kaya. I'm trying to dig for more Katakuri Pounds in this matchup. I'll go ahead and Sogeking back the Orlumbus, draw 2, discard 2, pass turn. And this is only a best of 1 match. I just wanted to show how the Queen Rebecca match plays out. It's kind of a boring strategy because I'm just never swinging, just trying to mill them out. But I thought it would be fruitful for people who've never seen the matchup. He'll go ahead and play Luffy. He has Rush with the Coliseum. Swing 8 into the Sogeking. I'll let it die. It sucks, but he gets to return 7 to his trash. That's going to happen, provided they have the Coliseum. Count his deck. He has 10 in deck, so he's going to 17. Restand the Luffy, swing up Brule, and then play Ideo, pass turn. Swings at the Brule, because, I was going to block with the Brule pretty much no matter what he swung at. I'll go ahead and play Katakuri, put the second Luffy to his life. He'll do 2 Orlumbus. Use leader effect. Pass turn. Go ahead and play Dofi. I think I'm going to stack my top in this spot. I would have to play another card out of hand. I think I have 3. If I have more than 3, then it wouldn't work. So nope, not using leader's effect. I'll just red rock one of the Orlumbuses down to the bottom so that he can't address one of my Katakuris except with 3,000 worlds. Like, he can't just use a Kairos to kill it, Kairos the pound. I'll just go ahead and put Kairos, I say on the bottom, and then I just changed my mind to the top, and I was like, why did I do that? That was a misplay. It should have been on the bottom. I guess there's one argument that eventually I'm going to have to start swinging with my leader, and there's a possibility that one of the cards that are not revealed in his life is a Luffy, and that would make him live another 3 to 4 turns. So that was kind of my thought process. But also, I don't want them to have a Kairos to be able to pop a blocker late game and then just King Kong gun their Orlumbus or something. That would suck. So it's kind of give and take. You gotta play the probability game. I'll go Mihawk the Orlumbus because it's the biggest threat on the board right now, in my opinion. I have pounds to address the Kairos, and I can also just swing at the Kairos. May force him to tap 2 and then start countering out my other 2 hits with, Mihawk leader. He'll play Orlumbus, use Rebecca, finds a Kairos Sabo, takes the Sabo, and then plays Sabo, draw 2, discard 2, and then give everything on that they can't be KO'd by effects, so it nullifies my Yamatos. He'll pass turn. Oh, and also, if you didn't know, because I didn't know until literally this format, OP04 format, that as soon as any player hits 0 cards in deck, the second it happens, the game's over and they lose. That's not the way in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's not the way in Digimon, so it was kind of weird for me because those are the only 2 card games I've played before this. But yeah, that's how One Piece works. As soon as they hit 0 in deck, the game's over. He's going to get a few more turns because he did find another Luffy. He'll go 7 into the Boa. The reason why I retired a Katakuri to play the 3 blockers, by the way, if you thought that was kind of weird, is because you got to remember that this deck does play King Kong Gun, and King Kong Gun out of literally nowhere can steal games, especially against Queen where you don't have a lot of counter in hand, and you don't have any hand at all most of the time. So I didn't want to put myself in a position where I'm relying on hitting, a blocker out of life when I don't even know what my life is. So I just retired the Katakuri, free up some space for 3 blockers. Out of fear of King Kong Gun. He'll be able to put 7 back, so he'll go back to 10. Not the biggest of deals as long as I have a Katakuri in hand. He'll go ahead and kill the other blocker. He's trying to set up for a King Kong Gun play in a couple turns by removing all my blockers. And like also double King Kong Gun is also a play, so that's only a 6 Dawn investment to double King Kong Gun something, so you don't necessarily have to put it on the Luffy. We'll go ahead and play Gyatz, give his Kairos the ability to tech active characters. Swing 7 into the Sanji and I'll let it die. Or, force to let it die. I'll go ahead and swing 7 into the Kairos as I was talking about earlier, gain a life. And then he'll be forced to hit both, tap both, which is fine. I'm not swinging at life anyway. And then I'll Katakuri back the 7-drop Luffy to his life. So now I know 3 Luffys are in his life. It's possible that there are 5 upside down cards in his life. One of them could be a Luffy. He should know by now whether it is. He either has one in hand or it's in life because he put 14 cards to the bottom and he's well within those 14 cards. None of them were Luffy, so he's either been holding a Luffy this whole time or he's, for lack of a better word, fucked, and one of the Luffys is in his life, and I'm just going to wait for him to draw out his deck. Unless he King Kong Guns this next turn. That's what my main concern right now is giving him another turn King Kong Gun. Especially since I put that Kairos on the top, it's really scary because now I won't be able to gain life. Without giving him a target to pop my pound with. The upside of that is that I'll put the other Kairos to his life, the one that can actually swing on life. In case he does have like double King Kong Gun, he'll have to invest 3 into the Kairos to kill the pound. Give double attack plus 6,000 to both Sabo or like something like that, or the Orlumbus, and swing 7 with those Sabo per game. So it's not all bad that I put it on the top. It's not like it forces him to use 3 more Dawn is what I'm trying to say. So like I said, there technically is a way for him to win from this position. He'll have to double King Kong Gun, play Kairos, swing 7. So like, if none of my hand is counter, I need a 1K, 2K at the very least. He'll go ahead, tap 3 for the Kairos. I'll put the other Kairos to his life. He'll go down to 1 card in deck. He'll King Kong Gun the Orlumbus, like I said. Take it both. King Kong Gun the Sabo, like I said. And I'll disgustingly hit a beige. But I had the counter in hand to counter out of the 7 anyway. So the beige didn't matter too much. It just sealed the deal for me. So that's the Queen Rebecca matchup. If you were wondering how that goes, it's pretty boring, but that's the strat. GG's to that guy. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos and more OP04 testing, and peace out.